Soft, melancholic piano music begins, reminiscent of a faded music box. A slight echo effect. Oh, darling, you wouldn't believe. Honestly, you wouldn't it feels necessary to chronicle this, docent it. Like pressing flowers in a decaying book, attempting to preserve something beautiful from utter ruin. You know how it is, some things just demand to be remembered, even if remembering hurts. Especially if remembering hurts. It's the truth, isn't it? We cling to the exquisite ache. My grandmother, Babushka Anya, she always said a sorrow deeply felt is a life truly lived. A bit dramatic, perhaps, but she wasn't wrong. She survived so much. And I survived the Sofitel Gold Coast Broadbeach. It sounds frivolous, docent it, complaining about a hotel. But it wasn't just a hotel, you see. It was a promise. A shattered promise. I'd been so looking forward to it. My family, you see, we've always appreciated the finer things. Not in a boastful way, of course. More a profound understanding of quality. You deserve comfort, don't you think? After all the striving, the sheer effort of existing in this chaotic world, I'm always told I'm spoiled, but I consider myself discerning. And the Sofitel, a supposed bastion of luxury, promised refuge. I booked, naturally, through hotels. Calm, you get such darling deals, you see. It's simply prudent. A small act of rebellion against the inflated prices of direct booking. A little win for the intelligent consumer, wouldn't you agree? But oh, the consequences. It began, as all tragedies do, with a scene. A truly unsettling tableau. The moment I stepped into the lobby, the air itself felt tainted. Imagine a perfectly arranged bouquet, then a single petal, bruised and wilting, falling amidst the pristine blooms. That's what it felt like. Right there, a woman, a darling, well-dressed woman, clearly of means, judging by the cashmere and the quiet desperation in her eyes, was scolding the reception staff. No, not scolding, vehemently accusing. She was saying they had been through her belongings. Tampering. Can you fathom the audacity, the sheer violation, and the truly horrifying part? They admitted it. Admitted. Like it was a minor inconvenience, a slight oversight. A bit like accidentally spilling tea on a priceless antique. The audacity? It sent shivers down my spine, a premonition of the chaos to come. Honestly, people should go to jail for that. Respecting someone's possessions, their sanctuary, is basic human decency. It's fundamental. Don't you think? And then the smell. Oh, darling, the smell. I stepped into my room, a luxury suite, they assured me, and was immediately assaulted by this stale, vaguely mildewed odor. It wasn't overpowering, not at first. It was insidious. Like a forgotten memory, creeping into your consciousness. A ghost of neglect. It wasn't as though the smell itself was horrible, rather the implications of the smell are disturbing to me. This implies a clear disregard for the cleanliness and hygiene of the room. It says, we don't value your comfort or your health. It's not just about the smell, it's about the message it sends, the lack of care, the blatant disrespect. A simple, thorough cleaning would have eradicated it, yet it lingered. The linens felt damp. Not wet, precisely. Just lacking that crisp, clean freshness one expects in a 5-star establishment. Like they'd been left balled up in a drawer for a week. It's the little things, isn't it? The details that truly dismantle the illusion of luxury. And the dust? Oh, the dust. It coated the surfaces like a fine layer of regret. You know how I feel about cleanliness. It's a reflection of the soul, Babushka Anya always said. A cluttered space, a cluttered mind. And this room, it was a testament to a profoundly cluttered soul. The room itself felt dated. It wasn't overtly shabby, no gaping holes or peeling wallpaper. It was simply stuck, frozen in time. The carpet was a faded floral pattern, the furniture heavy and dark, upholstered in a fabric that felt rough against the skin. It felt like stepping into a retirement home, not a sanctuary of indulgence. The lighting was dim, casting long, depressing shadows. It was a space that seemed to actively discourage joy. Honestly,
the reality of businesses near Sofitel Gold Coast Broadbeach. If you're staying at the Sofitel Gold Coast Broadbeach, prepare yourself, because the businesses around here are a masterclass in disappointment, from shopping centers that feel like psychological experiments to spas that leave you questioning the meaning of relaxation. This area has perfected the art of letting people down. Let's start with Pacific Fair Shopping Center, a place where parking isn't just bad, it's a form of torture. Imagine waiting 45 minutes just to exit, trapped in a concrete labyrinth where time moves slower than the queue. And if you think the parking is the only issue, think again. Shops here refuse to give printed receipts, forcing you to surrender your email like it's a hostage negotiation. Food court prices, highway robbery, my carvery, and sumo serve dishes that look nothing like the photos, like ordering a gourmet meal and receiving a sad, overpriced imitation. Security guards. Some have been accused of blatant racism, making shoppers feel unwelcome for simply existing. And if you're hungry after 2 p.m., good luck. Half the food stalls act like they're in a race to close early. Then there's Endota Spa Broadbeach, where luxury is just a word they put on the brochure. Therapists here seem to have trained by watching YouTube tutorials, cold rooms, weak massages, and more time spent trying to sell you products than actually treating you. One guest left with a face burned so badly it took weeks to heal, while others were charged hundreds for treatments they couldn't even claim on insurance. Receptionists. Smiles are optional, apparently. Hungry, Mamasan might tempt you with its modern decor, but the food tells a different story. Overcooked duck, raw lamb ribs, and seafood dishes hiding mystery meats. This is fine dining, if fine dining means we hope you don't notice. Service. If you're not a regular, prepare to be treated like an inconvenience. One family was outright ignored at the door, while others were seated at the bar like second-class citizens, despite empty tables right in front of them. Need coffee? Elk Espresso is where good intentions go to die. Cold food, weak coffee, and a yogurt bowl that somehow managed to taste like onions and garlic. One parent was refused a simple request to toast medically prescribed bread for their child because nothing says hospitality like turning away a toddler with dietary needs. And if you're splitting the bill, forget it. Their policy is stricter than a bank vault. Nightlife. Cocktails Nightclub is less about fun and more about discrimination. Neck tattoos. Banned. Disabilities requiring medication, treated like a criminal offense. Security here acts like they're guarding Fort Knox, except their idea of security involves aggressive behavior and zero empathy. One guest was accused of being drunk while sober, in heels, and clearly managing just fine. Parking at the Oasis. A scam wrapped in a shopping center. Lose your ticket. That'll be $40, plus a side of card fees. The escalators and lifts are perpetually broken. And the shops. Some sell knockoff designer goods that even Temu would be embarrassed by. And finally, Roosevelt Lounge, where the cocktails taste like regret and the staff treat you like an intruder. Dress code, more like a personality test. One couple was turned away in the rain, while others waited 40 minutes for a drink that arrived with all the enthusiasm of a deflated balloon. So, what's the verdict? Businesses near Sofitel Gold Coast Broadbeach are a mixed bag, except most of the bags are empty, overpriced, or actively working against you. If you're looking for quality, you might want to venture further or just stay in your hotel room. At least there, the only disappointment is the minibar prices.
So I'm looking into crimes near Sofitel Gold Coast Broadbeach, and man, it's super scary, Like there are so many scams and frauds going on, it's hard to even believe. So businesses near Sofitel Gold Coast Broadbeach are super fake, They'll sell you anything just to make a buck. Like this one guy, he was selling fake Cartier and Van Cleef Arpels jewelry from his store in Burleigh Heads. Can you believe it? He was like, oh, this is real, it's luxury, it's worth so much. And people believed him, they bought it, and then they found out it was all fake, worth a fraction of what they paid. I mean, what's wrong with people, How could you do that to someone? I'm guessing the victims were probably so upset, They probably felt so stupid for falling for it, and they lost all that money, oh man, it's just so sad. And the guy, he's probably going to get in trouble big time, 5 years in prison, that's a long time, and a huge fine, oh man, I don't even want to think about it. And businesses near Sofitel Gold Coast Broadbeach are super good at hiding, They'll set up these fake storefronts, and it's you can't even tell it's fake until it's too late. Like this big scam operation, they were using storefronts to make it look legit, and people were oh, this is real, I can trust them. But no, it was all a scam, they were just taking people's money and running. I'm so angry, How could you do that to people? I'm guessing the victims were so confused, They probably didn't even know what was happening until it was too late, and then they were wait, I got scammed. And the scammers, they're probably long gone. With all the money, oh man, it's just so unfair. And businesses near Sofitel Gold